everybody there? Okay, so that's what we have. Those are the materials that we have. And I'm going to ask you to do two options of pavement composition. One using a lower subbase of 15% CBR, and one using a lower subbase of 10% CBR. So here, the next cell is going to be the thickness of each of those layers in millimeters. Got it?
No entiendo qué pregunta. Ah, por el 30%.
Got it? So, how much will be the thickness of the base? We know. Wait, let's round these numbers. That's crazy numbers. So let's round up. Number of digits. Let's round up with 0 digits. You have 32 arguments. And then round up. And doing round up, your exercise is different. 353 and 120. In your project, you will need to use C.
Limit?
Yeah, in your project.
In this scenario, we use the equation or the table?
Let's use the equation, which is more precise. So, base thickness is going to be 120. That will not change, right? In both scenarios. I know that my total thickness is going to be 353. I'm going to put it down here because I know that all of these should sum up 353, right? So how much should be this thickness if I'm using a lower subbase of 15%? 100. And then the one that is missing is just going to be 353 minus 120 minus 100. Agree?
Esto menos esto menos 353 menos el 120 menos el
Yeah? Good. Yes? Okay. And then in the second pavement composition, the second option, how much should be the thickness of the upper subbase? 130, because the lower one is 10%. So it's going to be this one minus this one minus this one, the thickness of the other layer. Agree?
So the rules of the first two layers must be minimum 200 feet with a CPR of 30%. So if the lowest base is minimum. So the lower the lowest base when the material is CPR less than 37%. For example,
Everybody agree? So I just copied down here the total thickness, so I just need to subtract the previous two to get the third thickness.
Con las calores. Porque era más hacia los estaba ahí.
Si no puedo hacer líneas.
Sí, es una mierda.
Me toca conseguir la porque en la sí puedo poner.
Okay, so my total thickness is 353 millimeters, 120, 100, and 133. I'm going to calculate, I want you to calculate the cost per square meter. Not per cubic meter, per square meter. So if I know this cost, so these ones are 50, 49, and 48. And the second one is 50, 49, and 44. How much will be the cost per square meter? So how much it is? If I want to, okay. How do I calculate the cost per square meter? So cost per square meter. So this is 1 cubic meter, right? And I know that the cost per cubic meter is $50. I want to know how much is this cost per square meter. So if I know this thickness, I will know the cost per square meter, right? So what do I need to do?
We need to convert thickness millimeter to meter.
And then
Divided by 50.
divided by.
Sorry, we convert the thickness to meter.
So my thickness is right now 120 millimeters.
Yeah.
which
Like
is
the-
0.12 meters.
Yes.
And then what do I do?
And you have the price, the total
And then
price.
I know that this is my price per cubic meter.
Mhm.
How can I
Divide
know
by-
my?
divide
I just need to multiply those two. So $50 per cubic meter times 0.12 meters is going to be equal to my cost per square meter,
Yes.
right? So that's what you are going to do. You are going to multiply this one times this one divided 1,000. And then what do I realize? That yes, my total thickness is the same, but because here I'm using less of the expensive material and more of the cheaper material, this pavement composition is going to be cheaper. And that's what we're looking for.
Porque sabemos.
No te entiendo. ¿Qué?
17.28.
No,
La
suma.
suma.
So is everybody there? So your project, so we don't have track about this. This is going to be your project. Your project is going to be very similar to what we just did. It's going to have a little bit more because you are going to add your wearing surface cost and thickness, because that is just the granular material. But remember that we have a spray seal on top. Your pavement is granular material with thin bituminous surfacing. So we need to add the bituminous surfacing to your pavement composition, but that one is not that relevant because that thickness I'm going to give it to you. So you just need to worry on calculate the granular material thicknesses. And what else is different from the project? I think that's it. That's the only difference. And okay, and then this calculation of the thickness, you're not going to round up. I think I'm asking you to multi-round to a multiple of a number of 5 or 10. So it's a close number, not 353, 355. And you need to add your ID number to make it customized. And that's it. So this is how we calculate a granular pavement. Now I'm going to explain how do we calculate a full depth asphalt, which are two different pavements. One is the granular with the thin bituminous surfacing. The other one is a full depth asphalt, that is asphalt on top of asphalt. Right? So in this one we have granular material on top of a spray seal, with a spray seal on top. And in the other one we have an asphalt and another asphalt on top. Right? So they are different. So we design them different. So one is done with the empirical method, which is this one. The other one is done with the mechanistic empirical method. That is a method in which we need to use a software that is called Circly. That is the software from Australia. It was created by the government, someone in the government, like PMR or I don't know, someone did it. And it's used here to design the pavements, right? So, do you want to have a break? Yes. And then we come back? Or we don't have a break and we continue until 12, and then from 12 to 1, and you miss the break.
Continue. Son las 11:30.